it has been refreshing. It has been refreshing for all of us to see Democrats taking some punches. We obviously see Texas Democrats leaving the state to prevent a vote on this mid-decade redistricting, this illegal gerrymandered map. Donald Trump made the phone call. Hey, Texas Republicans, I need a new map. I know you guys aren't supposed to redistrict till 2030, but why don't you redistrict now, gerrymander the hell out of the map so we can add 4 or 5 Republican seats to the House of Representatives for the midterms, and we can protect this House majority. And Texas Democrats making a serious sacrifice for democracy and saying absolutely not, breaking quorum and leaving the state. Now, I recently moved to Illinois, and a lot of Texas Democrats came to Illinois. So I had the opportunity, which I'm very grateful for, to interview some of these individuals. One of them is Texas Representative John Rosenthal. And I want to show you this interview because we talked a little bit about the sacrifice that these Texas Democrats are making. Right? State legislators around the country are part-time employees. This isn't full-time work. You know, they're not getting paid that much money, which we talk about. And so they're leaving jobs behind, businesses behind, families behind to do this. It's a really great interview. I want to show it to you. Before we do that, let me give you some updates about what's going on. I did those interviews yesterday, which, by the way, one of those interviews is with DNC Chair Ken Martin. If you want to see that video, make sure you're subscribed down below so you don't miss it. I really appreciate all the love lately. Truly, you guys are the best. So this morning, a bomb threat was reported at St. Charles Hotel hosting the Texas Democrats. Some freak Republican on the internet found out where these individuals were staying. It went viral online, and a bomb threat was called in around 7:15 a.m. at the Q Center. The St. Charles police responded to a bomb threat. Everybody in the building was evacuated, including the Texas Democrats. Luckily, the building was cleared. Nobody was hurt. But what are we doing here? And a lot of the reason this is happening is because of this inflammatory language that has consistently come, always, you know this, for the last decade, from Donald Trump and this new Republican Party. The actual Republican Party died, decades ago. But when they're talking at all levels, whether it's Texas Republicans or Donald Trump, whatever, saying, oh, we need to, I think someone said we need to hunt these Democrats down, calls for their arrest. They're horrible, awful people. This is what happens when you do that. This is serious. People could get hurt. It's absolutely awful. I'm glad that everybody is okay. Now, in terms of Democrats coming together on this issue, we saw J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, yesterday, being asked, what's the plan here for Democrats? What's your plan for Illinois? Are you considering redistricting? Here's what he had to say.
We're fighting for democracy. There are no rules anymore, apparently. And so we're going to have to play by the set of rules that are being set out in front of us, which, frankly, none of us believes is the right way to operate. And if they're going to cheat, then all of us have to take a hard look at what the effect of that cheating is on democracy. And that means we've all got to stand up and do the right thing. So as far as I'm concerned, everything is on the table.
Everything is on the table, says J.B. Pritzker. Obviously, we have Gavin Newsom, who's been a key part of this fight. He's ready. He's got, the gun loaded, frankly, and saying, look, if Texas passes this and redistricts, I'll redistrict. That's it. It's basically trying to bait them into not doing it. I won't do this, Newsom says. I won't redistrict California and add, multiple Democrat seats as long as Texas doesn't pass this, but I'm ready. Kathy Hochul saying the same thing. And here's the thing, right? A lot of these Democrat states are gerrymandered. Democrats tried to pass a ban in the House of Representatives in 2021 on gerrymandering. It failed because of Republicans. And I think the new take here is, look, we cannot keep playing with our hands tied behind our backs. And this is why I like seeing all this. Republicans don't play by the rules. So why should we? You want to know how fast we can outlaw gerrymandering and start sucking money out of politics? If Democrats start playing the same game. If we start mid-decade redistricting, and I want to be clear, the Democrat states just objectively are not as brutally gerrymandered as Republican states. A lot of these states have independent commissions, like California. They have different, sets of rules. Like in New York, apparently, they can't even mid-decade redistrict. It's just not allowed. It's in the Constitution. Kathy Hochul is saying we're reviewing all options. We'll, basically throw that out, which again, glad to hear. Let's start playing by their rules, and we will see how fast shit gets done. It is great to see. Now, let me bring you all the way back to this video where I got to talk to Representative John Rosenthal. Let's watch it, react to it, talk a little bit about it.
But I miss, my family. Yeah. I have adult children that I'm not getting to see. I have dogs that I promise miss me a lot. It's hard to be away from home.
Yeah, right now we're in Illinois. We're not in Texas. House Democrats have left the state to prevent Greg Abbott from passing this illegal redistricting map, and people have heard a lot about this. I think for a second, curious a little bit about the human side of this is like, and honestly, how you're doing, if you're doing all right.
Legislators in Texas, it's supposed to be a part-time job. Texas state legislators, I do this quiz, like, do you know how much money we make annually? And it's $7,200 a year is the constitutional pay. We get
really quickly, if I may pause, $7,200 a year, right? And so I think this aspect, really quickly, is very important for people to understand. Because when we hear about politicians doing X, Y, or Z, especially how people view politicians in Washington, and I get it, right? We all understand it. Everyone's playing the PR game, they're making a bunch of money, blah, 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 right? When Joe Biden or Donald Trump or a senator travels to a state, no one's thinking about the financial aspect of that, right? But I think it's important that people understand that that's not the same for, state legislators, especially not in Texas, right? This isn't something they're just doing like for fun, right? $7,200. And he's going to talk a little bit about, people have jobs outside of this. You can't. $7,200 is well below the poverty line.
Like $150 a day in per diem when we're actually in the capital, away from our homes. So I don't know what it's like in Illinois, but in Austin, Texas, you can't even get a hotel room for that.
Right.
We're away from our families, away from our homes. A lot of folks have businesses and jobs that they cannot work at. And it really is, it can take a toll. The stuff is coming down for us. They're threatening us with federal investigations, with arrest warrants and all that stuff. Anybody that says we flee or we're running in fear, it has nothing to do with fear. So a courageous act is when you are afraid, but you do something anyway. There's no courage in an act if you weren't afraid.
Yeah.
So
truly inspiring. I really appreciate the time, Representative. Truly, it means a lot. Great to meet you. Thank you so much. So this is one of the videos I did with Texas Representative John Rosenthal. I have some other clips that I'm going to upload. This is on TikTok and Instagram. The links to all my other social media accounts, by the way, are in the description down below. But again, he's so beautifully said and inspiring as a young person, right? I'm 23 years old. A lot of people say Gen Z has never seen America at peace, right? I was born after 9/11, ushered into a war on terror that obviously I didn't understand, was often called and was a failure, right? And then I get to, 2008, the housing market collapses. I'm still obviously very young, but I understand something is wrong here. Witness a recession, another recession, 2016, political division explodes across the country. Donald Trump is elected. I lost my senior year of high school due to COVID, and now I'm here, right? And so it's really inspiring when people talk about, my generation, we haven't seen America at peace. We don't know what it's supposed to be like in a lot of aspects. When you see individuals like all of the Texas House Republicans taking a stand for what they believe in, taking a stand for, no, this is not right. This is not how democracy is supposed to be. And we will make the sacrifice. It's inspiring. It's truly inspiring. So I appreciate Representative Rosenthal for his time and all of the Texas House Democrats. It's just, frankly, it's inspiring as hell. I absolutely love it. And I like to see all these other Democrats around the country coming together and ready to fight. We are not going to play with our hands tied behind our back anymore, right? We don't get to play by a set of rules that just don't exist, right? And we've seen this the last few years. Democrats playing by rules that, just don't exist anymore. It's just the reality we're in. So we've got to start taking some punches. It's great to see. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click like and subscribe down below. Again, I appreciate all the love lately. A lot of videos coming just in the next 12, 24 hours on stuff like this, on a lot of the breaking news. So if you want to see it, make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate you a lot. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.